man, this is splendid. I love the walls that Tony put in here. These stones are incredible.
We have a 1.4 meter wide access down the side of the house into the backyard.
I mean, you got to blow people away when they come over here. They're not expecting to see this. So we're in Eden Hill?
We're in Eden Hill, yeah.
Okay, so we're still down outside of Perth, and this is a plunge pool. Mike said you guys built about 2 years ago?
Yep, 2 years ago. The whole thing is 4 meters long and about 3.5 meters wide. The wetland is actually in the pond, so it's very much like the European style natural swim pond.
Exciting.
And this is one that every time I post it, you hop on and say, oh, I want to see this.
And now the pond guy gets to come and see this stuff. Let's go check out another beautiful Aquascape ecosystem. Hibiscus. Jealous you can grow them. Look at this back here. This is really cool.
Yeah.
So what was the impetus behind this? Oh, I have seen this online.
I've seen it, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So how did you find Tony, and what was your idea behind a little plunge pool that you made?
My colleague is friends with Tony.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has friends?
He has friends.
Oh, okay.
And I just always really wanted one. Like Maureen had told me about them.
Uh-huh.
And we used to live in Cairns in far north Queensland, and it's really tropical there. We lived in Cairns for a while.
Uh-huh.
And I just loved the relaxing lifestyle there.
Yes.
You get all your natural pools that you can swim in.
Yes.
And then we came back to Perth. We met all the birds. I'm like, I just need something that's relaxing, and I always loved frogs.
Yeah.
Cute. I love frogs.
Yes.
Haven't seen frogs for years around here.
Uh-huh.
Now we're getting frogs back.
Oh, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Well, this is a really cool design. So you can just literally walk out of your back door right here, open up the gate, and you have your own plunge pool to go in here.
So this is really the first bit of renovation that we did. I mean, we're kind of renovating the whole backyard of the house. It's a long
He said, I'm going to get the plunge pool first, and everything else will follow.
Definitely.
Wow, I love it. And you can actually, there's, amen, YOLO. But you can just step right down here, huh?
You can, yes.
Yes.
A bit cold.
Oh, it's not that bad, actually. No, I'm loving this. I love the little waterfalls. And is that where we have biofalls up there, Tony? How do you filter this? Where's the wetlands?
This has got a wetland filter, and the wetland filter is actually in that back shelf over there. So
okay, so it's right here. So you built...
This whole pond is one great big excavation. We built this limestone block circle here, and then on the back side of it, we built a wetland filter. So it's a 1/2 centipede wetland filter with 8 aqua blocks.
Okay.
Because it isn't a huge pond, it doesn't need any more than that.
Right.
It is a proper Aquascape wetland filter, and the water flows up through it. So it's very much like the European natural swimming pools in the style that the wetland is actually inside the pond rather than external to the pond.
So how much work is this? Because people aren't used to seeing this in someone's backyard.
Look, it's not really much work at all. The only thing I do have to do is keep an eye on the string algae during summer. That's pretty easy to remove, and there's products that I use to help with that as well.
Yep.
Apart from that, the actual water, not much at all, just scooping it out now and then, taking care of, leaves and debris, but it's not nearly as much as a pool would be.
Right.
In terms of, you didn't have to.
What do people say that come to your house for the first time? Because they're probably not used to seeing stuff.
If they come out the back, they go straight for it. Everyone who's come, whether it be friends or tradesmen, everyone's drawn to it, and they're asking questions about, what's this about? When I say that it's actually you can swim in it, they're even more amazed. People haven't heard of that really in Perth, and especially not in the suburbs. I think in the hills area probably more, but in the Perth suburbs, metro area, no.
It's your little slice of paradise.
It is, yes.
So almost at dark.
Almost at
Our
dark.
last stop. What town are we in, Tony?
We are in Caversham in Perth, Western Australia. So we're in the northern suburbs. We're right on the edge of the Swan Valley wine growing region here, and we're probably 15-20 minutes out of the city to the north.
All right, let's check out another beautiful Aquascape ecosystem pond. Donald?
Yes.
The pond guy, Greg. Nice to meet you. I hear you have a little paradise that you guys are gardeners.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Tony. Nice to meet
Tony,
you.
Greg Wittstock, the pond guy. You're the gardener, huh?
I am.
I love it. I've heard lots of stuff about your backyard, boys. Wow. Not a big backyard, but you sure have done a lot.
We have done a lot. And they've done
Oh, man, this is splendid. So this is 2 years old?
No,
Not even a year.
9 months.
9 months. Okay. Wow. Look at this. I mean, who would not want to just come over here and do exactly what I'm doing, which is take off my flip-flops and go right into the pond. Look at that. Got some koi down there. Beautiful crystal clear water. I love the walls that Tony put in here. These stones are incredible. And look at how clear that water is, filtered with an aquascape wetland. And this is the entire backyard. Now, I don't know how many meters this is, but I'm going to say this is 20 feet by 60 feet.
17 meters by 6 meters.
17 meters by 6 meters. Okay, we'll see how close I am. 20 foot by 60 foot, 17 by 6. I would imagine that these windows look right out over this. Wow. Oh, wow. Not too many people see this in someone's backyard.
No.
I mean, you got to blow people away when they come over here. They're not expecting to see this.
No, they won't.
G'day everyone, we're at the end of a very long day of vlogging. As you can see, it's night time here in Perth. We've got the sun setting out there in the background. We're lucky enough to find ourselves in Caversham in Perth's northern suburbs, and this is our suburban swim pond paradise. As you can see, this is a normal suburban block in a normal suburban area, and we have managed to build this in their backyard. How good is this? This swimming pond is 9.5, 10 metres long, including the beach, and 4.5 metres wide. There is only 6 metres from the house to the back fence. This was a tight access project. It was a bit of hard work getting in here and building this project, but wow. And how good is this beautiful garden the clients have built around it. When we left, this was all surrounded in sand, and they have done an amazing job planting all these advanced trees, building all this beautiful decking and boardwalks, extending the beach even further than we had it, and just planting a beautiful understory of plants too. How good is this? So this one's all dug in sand, and fortunately it was really quite compacted because it's a housing estate. They do a lot of work with the sand and the base preparation when they're building these estates. So we were able to build this with minimal cave-ins, which is really fortunate for a sandy build. Most of the time when you're building a swimming pond in sand and you have to dig to 1.7, 1.8 metres deep, it's often really hard to keep the stability and avoid having collapses and having to dig and over dig and flip liner in and out. So we were really lucky here, and it was a great build. There were times when up there in the alfresco area where you can see Mike and Patrick, we actually had to have the excavator sitting inside there in that roofed area reaching out to place the rocks. So it was a tight build. We had a 1.4 metre wide access down the side of the house into the backyard. We built it with a 2-ton excavator and a stand-on Viking skid steer machine. So obviously we did have some limitations in the sizes of rocks that we were able to bring in here, or more so the size of rocks we were able to place actually once they were in here, being able to reach out with a machine. So that's one of the reasons why we built it with limestone blocks through the bottom here. So it's a bit of a hybridised version of a swimming pond really, is one way we like to think about it. It's a bit of a nod to a cross between a conventional swimming pool in so much as you've got that structured shape and structured walls, but right at the top it looks exactly like one of our normal swimming ponds. We've got this beautiful beach access here, so you can just walk straight in. We've got amazing lights. The lights shine at night and just make the whole pond really glow. I just can't get over the garden. How good is this garden? What a sight. This is a suburban paradise. You can see there's houses all around. This is normally the kind of thing that we build in the hills on big blocks, on acreage blocks. So getting an opportunity to build one in the middle of suburbia and bring this kind of thing into a normal backyard, a really common normal backyard, common size. It was an awesome opportunity, and we're so glad the clients brought us in to do it. So we had to move all the sand in and out with our little skid steer machine down the side of the house. I think we dug something like we probably would have brought 60 cubic metres of sand out of this project to be able to build this. Probably 20 tonne of rock came in, and obviously quite a few tonnes of blocks as well. So this runs exactly like the normal Aquascape ecosystem recreation pond system. We've got a skimmer in this box here right in front of us, so the water draws into that skimmer. We've got circulation jets all around the pond. You can see one of them here in the end of the beach. There's one in the deep zone. There's also lights inside the pond, and you can see this thing just truly glows. Can you imagine looking out from your house at this every night? What an amazing sight and scene to have in your backyard. We've got some lovely waterfalls So we ended up splitting the waterfalls here and having two so that they could see one from the different parts of their living areas. They've got a lounge room in here in the back of their al fresco. So that gets a view of this waterfall, and their main living area and kitchen are all just inside these windows here. So they get to see this all the time. Can you imagine having this outside your windows at night? Wow. Let's have a quick spin around and you can see down the side of the house here. This was the access space we had to work in, straight up and down this side of the house. It's minimum of 1.4 metres wide. So we're really limited in the size of the machines that we're able to use coming in and out. We would have been in and out that hundreds and hundreds of times over the course of this project.
And here is the view from inside the house. We turned off the light so there wouldn't be a reflection, but look at that. That's what they look at every day from basically their entire house, because it's the whole backyard now is a water feature. I love that little beach area up there. How cool is that? Sink right there, dining room table, and an Aquascape ecosystem pond out the whole back of the house. Okay, so Tony, I've got to ask you, how did this whole journey start with having an Aquascape ecosystem rec pond?
Oh, funny that you ask. I just stumbled upon your YouTube channel on YouTube. I was just going through it and I thought, oh. And I've always liked the idea of a natural pond, swim pond. And so I was actually just Googling that and I came across yours and I just started watching it because of just the way your personality is. It's just really fun to watch. You know?
Really?
And
even an American bloke like me?
Yes. And then I just liked how you built everything and your whole system that you
the ecosystem approach, working with Mother Nature, not against her.
Exactly. That's exactly it. And I love the idea of a wetland filter as well. Because I've had aquariums in my life. And
so you're a hobbyist.
Yeah, so I understand that part and it just made total sense, the pond just in a bigger scale. You know? And then, watched that, did some research, and then you talked about having certified landscapers all over.
Yep,
and I saw
certified aquascape contractors.
I've watched one when you were here and you did something in Queensland, and I've seen your pond as well.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Patrick's, yes.
Yeah.
He's got some nice ones.
Yes. And then I realised that you'd certified contractors here, and I thought, well, let me just Google and see who's in Perth. And I found Tony, and then just got into contact with him, and then priced everything, and went from there.
So what has it been like now that you've had an Aquascape water feature for 8 months? I mean, there's not a person that comes back here that's not going to be blown away.
That's true. Beginning, like anything, when you have to cycle the water in an aquarium, it's the same thing in a pond. So in the beginning, it was just having everything
in balance,
getting balance, and then
you add bacteria. Yes,
we do, and there was an algae bloom as well, which we had to then be on top of.
Yep.
But that's normal because the water's cycling.
Yes,
it's all natural. So.
But you were expecting this. Tony had set this up. It looks fantastic now.
It's great. It's been some work in just getting everything under control, but now that it's all in balance and it's just getting better. So there's less and less maintenance now, I see.
So do you enjoy swimming with your fish?
I do. Although it frightens the crap out of them.
It does?
Yeah.
They'll get used to it. They'll get used to it.
They just hide.
They'll be coming up and swimming around you in no time.
It's funny though, because I've got these little minnows, and the minnows are so curious because we'll be sitting there and because they're only like 2.5 centimeters long, and they'll come just like.
This is nature. This is the way it was intended to be. And how was it watching these guys work? I mean, it was hard seeing everything had to come through that side corridor there.
Yeah, it was a mess. It was a real mess, but I expected that. I've worked in construction before, so I expected that.
And you work in construction now. You work in the mines.
Oh, that's true. Well, in a certain way, in mining.
Yeah.
But it was great. And the thing is, they had such a tight access here to get the bobcat in.
Yeah.
And there was a compromise with the lines.
The size of the rocks. I heard you wanted bigger rocks.
Yeah. So I wanted rocks all the way down, but unfortunately, it just is what it is.
It's a neat look.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm quite happy with it, and it was a good compromise.
I love it.
It was a huge mess, and that's to be expected, especially towards the end is when you get frustrated, because in the beginning it's exciting because you see everything moving, you see this big massive hole in your garden.
Yep.
It gets frustrating because you think, it's never ending, when it's going to... But you just got to stick it through, and also there's a lot of time spent in preparing the grounds and preparing and running everything properly. As they start laying things down, then you start seeing that, and that's usually towards the end. You start seeing how it forms.
Well, it is spectacular. It was worth coming out here. I really appreciate the hospitality. The only thing I don't like about my job is having to leave. I want more people to live the aquascape lifestyle. I want more people in regular suburban backyards to be able to have something as incredible as this, to be able to swim with fish, to be able to have something that you could enjoy 365 days out of the year right outside your windows. This is just amazing. If you're interested in living the aquascape lifestyle and learning more about aquascape ecosystem recreation ponds, I'm going to put a link right here so you can see wherever you are in the world finding a certified aquascape contractor to build your dreams. I love my job.